Hi guys, today Shorty and I are going to do the Geelong Best and Fairest prediction, Cardi Greaves medal prediction if you like. Have a bit of a bird's eye view of the season, mate, in terms of the players to look out for that have put their hand up throughout the year. I found it pretty tough actually. We're going to do a bit of a top five sort of reel off who we think's in contention and may finish in the respective positions we put them in. It was very tough.
Yeah, that's
Sadly to say.
There weren't too many guys putting their hand up, really.
No.
I honestly had, you asked me to do a top five, and I pretty much had five guys, maybe six.
I barely had five, yeah. It was a tough one
but
to
it was
do.
pretty much, well, if I can position these five, they're the main ones that are really considered and the only ones who can win it.
Yeah, absolutely. But it's been so hard because no Australians suggest your teams. No one's really putting in a consistent 22 round performance or across the season, and been hit by injury very hard and inconsistencies throughout the year due to younger guys, also the guys that need to take that next step and sort of in that real mould where they need to really sort of make a mark.
Yeah.
And they have at times over periods, and then they've sort of dropped off at other periods. So it's how many votes are they going to get in the periods they go really well compared to how they're not going well?
Yeah, there's no standouts, and it's also worth noting that Geelong is one of the worst, best and fairest positions of systems, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
To address votes, it's laughable, so I don't even care about it.
Yeah, I kind of forget how it works, but it's pretty weird.
They take out these two games and your best two games or your worst two games or something like that.
Alright.
It's just awful. Shout out to the coaching staff.
Yeah, not doing too much
I
right.
hope they've changed it, but last year was a debacle.
Yeah, how about we do our top five? You do one, I'll do mine.
Yep, sounds
and
good.
then we'll just start,
Starting from number one?
Yeah, swap through this. So, actually, I reckon we'll go from fifth to first, just a bit of suspense.
Right.
I like that. So, you go first, and then I'll say my fifth. And
in fifth place for the Cats Best and Fairest, I've got Josh Caddy.
Caddy.
Good season, pretty consistent.
He's been pretty good. I would have, thought about it.
Definite top five placing, I think.
Sweet, mate. I've gone with Mitch Duncan, a bit of a left to centre one. His first 12 or 13 games, I can't remember when he was injured around the middle part of the year, where most of them were really fantastic and it could suit the system that you were talking about. And I thought he was influenced before he got injured. Once he got injured, we wrote the season off pretty much because he's that important.
Yeah, I just wonder whether he's got enough games under the belt to finish
too.
high, but you never know.
Me too. He should be top 10, which is saying a lot about the club.
Exactly. In fourth spot, I have Corey Enright. Pretty consistent year, as always, and I don't think he'll win it. I know you probably rate his chances better, but I just think he's done enough and found plenty of appeal, played some good roles at times, and had some consistent season.
Good stuff. Cam Guthrie's mine for fourth spot, so we might have a few switches here. Who knows? I think I've looked at yours, but I don't remember it off by heart. Guthrie's burst in the stoppage has been prolific this season, and his ability to win contested and uncontested footy is great. And I guess he's just put his hand up. He's sort of taken half a step more, if you like. So he's been pretty good over the course of the year.
Yeah, and that's why I've got him in third spot, mate. I think he'll get a top three finish. I've liked his year for all the reasons you just said.
And you reckon the coach just loved a player like him?
Yeah,
from where he's come from.
Yeah, I think so. So I definitely expect him to finish top three, and you just never know. Top five for sure, though.
he's giving him a chance here. Oh, if you'd like to think so. Boris for mine, for number three. He finished, I think, third or fourth or in the top five last year, and you couldn't believe it, and I probably couldn't either. So I think he's arguably had a better season. He did better in the time trials this year, and probably one of the best pre-seasons he's arguably had. And I agree, he's conceded a lot of goals, and he's been solid, and maybe more solid than past seasons, and I think and with not many players stepping up, I think he'll be better placed than previous seasons.
Yeah, that's fair call. The top two, mate.
The last couple.
And it comes down to an obvious two.
Yeah, it does, yep.
So in second, I have Mark Blitzarps.
The Blitz.
I'm not even fully sold on it, but I reckon he could easily win it. So I think it comes down to the two, and the two are obvious, which we'll touch on. But I said Selwood, I think, in the Q&A a few weeks back, and only one game had passed since then. I think there was maybe a round or two to come. So I just think Selwood is my first pick, but Blitzarps I think will just be edged out.
Okay.
What do you reckon?
I'm going Selwood second, mate.
Got him second.
Yeah, only just. He's had an indifferent season, probably statistically maybe close to his worst season. Not getting as much help as it probably is used to getting, and injuries haven't helped, and I don't know, form's just been a bit off, and so is his. So he's played some fantastic games though throughout the year, but not as many, and by his lofty standards, not as great.
Yeah.
But he's been better than a lot. His worst has been a lot better than others' best, which says a bit.
Exactly right, and that's why I've got him at number 1, winning our best and fairest.
Oh,
which I
it's
think
a bit cool.
Extremely close, but I think we rate him on his lofty standards, as he said. I mean, it's not as good a season in comparison to what he can produce, but as you said, there's a lot of guys who haven't been that good of performers this year.
No, sadly.
And Selwood, while he's dropped off marginally, he still has had some really good games, and particularly in that back half of the season, almost from the middle period till up until about where he probably fell out of contention. He was one of the main reasons we really got back into that sort of 8th position and definitely contending for a top 8 spot. So I still reckon he led the club really well, and I just feel in a best and fairest too, those leadership qualities and maybe things we don't always see on the stat sheet might just give him the points
through.
Blitzarves, but it'll be a close count, I should say.
Yeah, that's right. I've gone Blitzarves for the best and fairest, and I reckon nearly because he's come of age as a player, and again he's like Cam Guthrie. You could just see Chris Scott absolutely loving him and getting along with him really well, and sort of saying we've got this mighty project that could be anything, and he's shown this year he can ruck. He's played down back in the past. He's gone forward, not much. Played on the wing, played in the middle, which seems to be the most successful if he's playing as a midfielder on the ball. Not so much as a ruckman, but he's sort of had to play where he's needed to play, and he's a nice utility. And his tackling numbers this year have been outstanding, and his ability to accumulate the ball. He's worked on his left foot. He's done everything well this year, and in the games where we've been down, he's been up. Maybe not so showing outstandingly, but tackles, all those things that players tend to not do as much when things aren't going their way. They're two-way running.
Yeah, it'd be a great story if he won our BNF, wouldn't it? I mean,
I hope so.
It's a crazy sort of thing where he's come from. No one would have expected him to, probably play 100 games, really, let alone take out a pretty good club's
number
best
46.
Yeah, exactly right. So,
that's it. That's all, mate. That's a bit of a top 5 best and fairest sort of prediction we've got happening here. So feel free to comment any thoughts on what you think of our thoughts. And I guess if you want to put in your top 5, go for it. It'll probably be somewhat similar. And like the video if you enjoyed it. Share it around to all your mates so they can see what we reckon. Don't forget to subscribe as well. Very important. Get onto that. And we appreciate you sticking around. We'll catch you all next time.